Hey guys, starting the vlog with some ignorance. My nigga, you better relax. Right there, son. I don't know if you saw the couple. Ass almost drove into me. But my son got himself a Nubian queen.
Speed camera reported ahead.
Thank you. Yo, whenever like white dudes hook up with people of color, that shit is like the most funniest. So that's why I respect the people that like that stay themselves. They don't try to adapt. Like my son got on the white shades, got the Nike Cortezes on. He's strolling her through the neighborhood. My son's proud. I respect him. Much props to him. Welcome to episode whatever this is. I don't know what it is. But can I see him? See him? No, I can't. All right, I'll be back. Right there, guys. I wish I had a bigger zoom. Everybody's out here trying to wash their bum ass cars. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Come on, dick face. These fucking bum asses. They gonna scratch your paint. They don't take care of the machines here. Let me not knock the neighborhood. They do a good job. Ish. Obstacle course. All right, I shouldn't be driving. Oh, this for me. Ah! Goddamn potholes. Thank you, cameraman. Can you press the stop button? I know you got a little life in you left. What's up? I don't know if this is the first entry. I don't know. I'll be forgetting. But how everybody out there in YouTube land? How are you guys liking these vlogs? I feel like they're a little bit long. Some people like them. Some people have mixed emotions towards these. I'm in the sun. I'm facing Mecca right now. I'm not having the best time in the world. But I like parking up here because when I leave here at night, I don't have to deal with whatever's in that parking lot. People are weird out here, son. So I was Instagram reeling? Is that a thing? You ever seen that video of the girl that's like doing the shit, and there's somebody like right next to them recording them? Yeah. What's up? It's always weird to do this, just to hit this button and just talk to you guys. But when I review it, it's not the worst thing in the world. But back to Instagram. I just saw a meme, right? And the meme was like, if he doesn't allow you to be yourself, then you shouldn't be with him. I honestly agree with that. It's a real thing. I don't get these relationships where people that are with each other, intimate with each other, and all these things with each other can't be honest with each other or be themselves around each other. It's just such a weird thing. I don't get it. And I'm speaking for conversations that I have. I don't have that problem. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're weird, if that makes any sense. Because if I like you for a reason. I might like that weird shit. But yeah, like there was clips, and these clips were like this girl was like dancing. Like they were clearly at like at a basketball function, and the girl's just having fun dancing. And her man's like, "Hey, yo, relax." Why? It was halftime, my guy. Like, why can't she just chill and have fun? But that's also. But this is kind of what you choose. Like, I just noticed I have my ring on. What the fuck is my ring? This is kind of what you choose. This is kind of what you choose to go against with, to be honest, because you chose to be with that person, knowing that there's a good chance that they're assholes. And I already said, I know I gave the speech already, like, yo, it's 2 years when you find out who that person really is. And if you were with somebody for more than 2 years and you're still holding you back from being yourself, Why are you there? Sponsored by 7-Eleven. Yeah, it was just so weird. And like, I had conversations with people in life, especially girls, and girls vent. They fucking vent. I already told you in the last episode, I love when people fucking trauma dump. Because it's like, all right, I like people that trauma dump is not what you think, for the reason why is that when people do that shit, you can learn from them. You can learn from their mistakes. You can just learn through other people's errors without ever going through the error, because somebody already told you how something's gonna play out. So yeah, this girl was talking to me, and she was like, yeah, this weekend I just stayed at home, and like we just watched the game. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. You like to watch the game? No. So why'd you stay there and watch the game? Because he likes to watch the game. Okay. Does he do things that you like? No, not really. Explain. He drags it. Okay. Do you drag it too? No, not really. I don't want an argument. So what do you like to do? Things. What are the things? You know. No, I don't know. What are the things? Oh, I like to cook. I like to do this. I like to like draw. I like to go places. How often do you guys do that? You sure you got the person that you call your dreams? I see the wedding ring on your finger. Are you sure you made the right decision? It's like a lot of the times I'll hear these conversations where these girls be in relationships with guys, and like the guy doesn't like doing shit that she likes to do. And the closest common ground that I've seen for this conversation, because it's a fucking meme, which means it's true, is when girls watch certain TV shows like Friends. I'm one of those. I don't like Friends. Friends is fucking boring to me. What show was it for me? Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec was a show for me. I found it weird. I was like, all right, cool. And then eventually it grew on me. But I was like, I don't think this shit's funny, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Interested. So that was the common ground. I was like, okay. And that's the meme. Like, oh, when guys say they're not interested in a show and they watch the show more than you. And it's like, okay. But other than that, that's been the only thing I ever heard of. And it's always seemed like so one-sided. And it's like, you don't strive for more. And I would say this is a good 70 to 80% of girls that I talk to, where like they just feel the need to be under their man's identity than to be themselves. So shout out to those girls that know how to be themselves and don't need to go under the facade of their man's identity. Because you don't like watching sports. You can't name half the shit that he likes, that he has an interest in, whether it's sports, cars, or guns. You can't really name that like that. And if you could, that means you're actually into it. Or he put you onto it, which is dope. But that has to be a two-way street too. Like, it has to be vice versa. He has to know shit that you like. And like a lot of the shit that girls like doing, that guys be like, oh my God, this is so... That should be fun sometimes. Anyway, I guess this was my TED Talk. But yeah, that was just the weirdest conversation. A weird conversation that I be having with girls every now and then, that I'm thinking about now from that meme that I just saw. And it was like, if you can't be yourself with the person that you're with, then who can you be yourself with besides yourself? But clearly you don't like yourself because you're hiding yourself. God damn, this entry was not supposed to be like this. Anyway, I'll be back. I guess it was a semi part-time lover section. I look really white. I don't think I'm gonna get bothered with being parked down here in front. But tune back in, guys. Hopefully I have something for you guys. You know what? Let's add more to it. That building, Buzz, you said it was the 40s? No, it's not from the 40s, it's from the 70s. It started commission in, I think, 64, and it was fully renovated around the 70s. It was sold to AT&T. If you pay attention to my last vlog, I show you a video of a building with no windows, and it's for nuclear blast and the elements like hurricanes and shit like that. But what I can't figure out, Buzzy, it's purpose. It doesn't state a purpose for it. It says AT&T stays there, and it has servers, right? So they have servers. Okay, then I'm looking at the top of the building. I don't really see antennas, so let off the signal for the servers, if that makes any sense. It has, but the cooling stations, the little 4 round things, makes sense since there's no windows. But when do buildings really have windows like that? So it's very fucking interesting. But that's one of those places, right, where the guard, like there's a guard in every corner, and you gotta kind of know how to spot them. Because I think I've seen videos of people like trying to like record near it. Like I could record where I was from. Slow as shit, bro. Like I could record where I was from, but I think the minute you cross the street, that's when they come out and they're like, "Hey, why are you recording here?" So yeah, I think I remember seeing YouTube videos about that place where they were like, "All right, what's the point of this building?" Also, what's really fucking interesting is tunnels. Like the Midtown Tunnel has blast doors, but blast doors for what? Like that's so interesting to me. Like why? And they're thick, bro. Like they're the size of like 3 cars put together, and they just shut. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna continue to look into that more because that was like a little dope. And it's called the architecture structure type is called brutalism. So little tidbit. I'll be back.
In the backseat of the Rolls Royce, screaming money
And a thing.
half zip to a half brick, so they can't fit. Hand whipping, she like
You.
like bitch, these Alexanders.
What you walking for? That's a far ass walk.
It don't even matter. I went in there lying, spinning out with Barry Sanders.
Son, how's everybody doing? Of course, bro. Of course. You gotta be like the whole dickhead, right? God, I hope somebody T-bones him. So I had topics in mind to talk about, but there's several topics on my mind right now to talk about, and like my thought process is everywhere right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there's space for one more car. Yes. Genesis left. I'm taking her spot. Jesus, you wait your turn. So, I got like a PTL question that's like it's a good question. I just think it kind of hits a little home base for me. So I don't know. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about production deals because somebody was trying to talk production deals with me. And then the other thing was creative differences. I think I might do creative differences. Now, hold up, Boldy. So, I'm on the fence with this one too because creative differences can mean anything, right? So, when the podcast first started, me and C's had creative differences. All right. From the name to what we're going to talk about to the topics we ended up talking about. And like everything goes in different directions. Some people pull away from shit. Some people take away from shit. It was very weird, right? Like, I noticed when, in certain episodes where I would have the fellas, they didn't want to talk on certain subjects because they feel that somebody will misconstrue it or take it the wrong way and so on and so forth. So I get that. And then we had creativity issues every now and then. And I see a lot of other, not just podcasts, but groups in general, people that work, everybody. There's always creative differences. Everybody doesn't agree on something, everybody. And then shit festers, shit balls up to the point where people just break up and go their separate ways. But you can always tell who was the most creative with shit. Like you could always tell who was the real talent of things. You could always tell on the breakup, right? Like I mentioned before, right? So with Danny, I mentioned Danny Lay a lot. So Danny Lay was somebody whose career I was able to see only because she followed me. Other than that, I would have never knew about her and blah 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 blah. And because she's a Miami girl, right? So she was in a rap group slash R&B group slash dancing group. Now that it was her and her homegirl Charlie, and Charlie was the rapper, Danny was the singer, right? And I honestly thought Charlie would be the one to blow up, but it looked like she went through some shit, and then they split up, and then you saw the decline of both people, right? So Danny went up, she went down. Or maybe she might not feel that she went down and she's all right in the place that she's at. But you could see who grinded more through their efforts. And right now I'm starting to see a podcast right now that I just started listening to again. They had a breakup, creative differences, and money. Money plays a huge part into this shit, man. A lot of people don't get this shit. Like this camera that I'm speaking through, that shit costs money. Like the recording equipment costs money. Like traveling, money, time and money. So whenever like I hear people be like, "Oh, I want to start a podcast, I want to do this shit," I be like, "Yo, great, but just know what you're in store for." Because I mentioned before when it came to the podcast, yeah, you guys will see me will be drained, but it's not a podcast. It really isn't the job where it's just one day. All right, everybody just brainstorm. Nah, that shit took place for the whole week. Like you have to think about it. You have to hope none of your shit goes bad. So for the podcast, I'll say I spent about $3 to $4, maybe $5 on equipment. And that's right now why I'm hesitant to even go to a fucking studio, because I have all this at my fingertips. I just need like a better space. And even right here, I feel like this is full circle, because being in the car talking to a camera is where I started. And I miss the audio crispness of the podcast as opposed to be recording off of this. But even that right there, an extra $80 to adjust that, right? An extra $80 will fix this problem that I feel that I have with this microphone. And that's just me buying an external microphone for this, a Rode microphone, because that's the equipment that I use, and so on and so forth. I'm getting off topic. So, yeah, creative differences, just differences in general. And I'm watching this podcast that I like. He went through this before. He had people. Eventually, shit started going left. The money wasn't looking right. And they split. Great. Fast forward 2 years later from the break. They added an extra person to the. They gave. All right, so it was a group of 4. They added 2 more people to it. Whenever you add extra people to a dynamic that's already established, it throws shit off. Now, it's just, you have to have chemistry with people when you do shit like this. Like everybody that I've had on the show, chemistry was already built. Chemistry was already established. One of my favorite episodes is when with Shaq, because Shaq is young, and they was like, all right, he doesn't like a lot of this shit that we're saying, but it's just in good fun, and he's a good sport. Steven's another one where he's like, all right, like Steven will say some far left shit, and that's great. But we were all cut from like the same cloth with comedy. So that's why shit works, right? As opposed to this podcast, there's two people that want to be realists. All right. So, even better. For my show, one of the first critiques I ever gotten, like a real critique, and they didn't like the way we did the show. Like, this was before, like, when it was just me and C's. They didn't like the way I did the show, right? So what they said was, you kind of spread like a lot of misinformation. You guys really don't follow up on shit. And I think you guys should be informative, and then you should tell people what to do, how to handle it. And I looked at them like, that's not the show I'm running. I'm like, for me, this was for me to have fun with, create comedy, so you guys could get a break from the everyday things that you guys go through. I'm not trying to give you life advice. Even the part-time lover section, I'm giving you advice, but I'm having fun doing it. And you don't have to take the advice. I hate the way my shirt looks. So, yeah, that was one of the first critiques I ever got, besides, because, when you do shit, like, your friends are good, but your friends will also lie to you. Be like, oh my God, you're killing that shit. And it's like, am I? Or do you just like it because we're friends? And it's like, holy shit, one of my friends is doing something. So when I started getting outside criticism, I loved it, because I was like, all right, I felt that was more genuine. Because, sometimes your friends don't want to discourage you. And I've said it before on the pod too. I was like, when can you tell your friend to stop making music? Because that shit is garbage. I'm like, you can't really say that they're garbage. So how do you tell them to stop? How do you tell them, yo, I think you should figure something else out? Because when there's good music and when there's not good music, we're not going to play that game. But then if they make it, they'll be like, oh, you'll become that speech. Like every rapper's speech, like, my teachers never said I'll make it. This person never said I'll make it. And it's like, your teachers really didn't say that. And all right, you're probably right about me. But yeah, it was always these things that came into play. But yeah, the first critique, there was like, oh, you should. I'm like, no, I'm good. And I would say, when it came to me and C's, we were kind of on the same page, but not really. Like, as you saw what he went to go produce. He went to go produce Ignorance of Chris. And I still don't think that was kind of what he wanted to do. And I'm like, because he said he just wanted to go, all right, yo, blah, 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 blah. Gunshot, gunshot, gunshot. All right, that's what it is. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm cool. That's called shock jock. I'm totally fine with that. I mentioned it before in the show. I don't mind doing shock jock, but now I'm like, to an extent, I don't want to do shock jock because it leads to shit. But creative differences right there. For the fellas, there really wasn't. Every now and then we would have an argument, like with Kevin, Steve, and them. We would have an argument. I'm like, all right, they don't want to talk about this because they feel a certain way about the subject, or they want to talk about something, which I never discredited, because I don't mind learning. Because Kevin and Steven, all right, so I'm like entertainment aspect. I'll talk about shit like that. But they were like on like political science and shit like that, things that's going on in the world, what to do with this, what to do with that, cars, guns, and shit like that. They were like a whole other package, which I don't mind. And it was great. But the only conflict that we really had was schedule. Our schedule was like too crazy. The schedule was too crazy, and it was where we were gonna record, because nobody was close to each other no more. That's the real reason, like, why we never really got back together. And like every now and then I'll be like, hey, do you guys, well, I haven't been able to do it yet, but I would like to be like, hey guys, would you mind? Because it will always be at Kevin's house, because Kevin has the space for it right now. And I would be like, would you mind if we could go record on this day? And he'll probably say yes, because he loves doing it. And you heard me mention it on the first or second vlog, that I do want him to start doing his own thing like this, because he'll be great at it. But yeah, creative differences, it means a lot in this game, and a lot of people don't think it does. And I'm like, small disagreements eventually turn into big disagreements, turns into resentment and then blowouts. And that's one thing I'm glad never happened on this show. Out of everybody that's been on the show with, I still, well, not C's, but that's for whatever C's reason why he doesn't want to talk to nobody. But like I still talk to everybody. I'm still cool with everybody. Like it's all love. I talk to Travi every now and then. The only person I never talked to on the show was well, two. It was two. Wait, it was 6, but they were for C's show because C's had his own YouTube channel, and we did the content creator thing. I ain't never talked to those guys again, and maybe the other guy, the K famous dude, and but that was C's friend. I actually genuinely didn't know him. Everybody else is cool. Everybody else is nice, and I don't wish like nobody like no I have no malice towards nobody, no maliciousness towards nobody, and none of that shit. Because why would I? Nothing ended on a bad note. And just because we never collaborated doesn't mean nothing. We're just not gonna collaborate unless the time is right or whatever. But yeah, that's the thing with creative differences. So I'm starting to see this guy's fucking show implode again. And it has to do with chemistry. That was the whole point of what I just brought up before I just went into this whole thing. It's chemistry. And chemistry is important. So in his group, 4. One is like he just agrees with everything. You can't really count them as a person because they're like on the fence on everything. They never want to like commit to one thing. Then you have 2 people that were thinkers. They were like that person that tried to tell me, hey, we should do this and we should do it and we should run it like this. But the main person show isn't like that. Every now and then, yeah, but it's not like that. And then he added 2 more people. He added a female aspect, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to add a female aspect to the show because something for the women listeners. And I think she's doing an okay job, but I don't think all her eggs are in this basket. So she'll just go off and venture into whatever she wants to do, which is also bad for business because you need somebody that's dedicated to the business. And then he got somebody else that's like him, which is bad. You can't have 2 of the same people on the same fucking roster, especially when you got 2 conscious motherfuckers on the other side. That eventually clashes. And that's what's happening. And I'm like, I just started thinking about it. I'm like, damn, son, this is the second time he's going through this where he was at the top, the fucking show fell apart, dropped back down. He started going back up, but he never hit where he was before. They add this new guy, the content creator guy that's really good at what he does, starts going back up, and now it's about to break down again, son. This podcast shit ain't no joke, man. And I'm like, and today, who the fuck was talking to me? Because they were mad at me about my hiatus, and I'm like, this is something I do for fun. Right? Me talking right now, I'm in front of a building. People are looking at me like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? Just moving my hands around like a fucking retard. And can I say that word? No, I can't say that word. Technically, there's documentation that says, no. But, damn, I lost my train of thought. No. All right. Yeah. I'm never going to get that train of thought again. I lost it. But, yeah, this shit is tricky. This shit is like, everybody has to be aligned because I've seen other podcasts where everybody wasn't on the same boat. People don't know what they want from this. People don't know what to do with this. Oh, I found it. He was mad because I went on hiatus. Technically, they're calling it a hiatus because I took time away from the podcast to do this because this seems kind of right now way more easier. Right now, I'm on my lunch break. Last night I got out of work at 9 o'clock. I went in at 10, left work at 9. My shifts normally run around those times. So it's like, to like have the strength to like, all right, now let's go set up the cameras, set up the speakers, set up the new sound bite, set up this. Let me look up what to talk about. It's fucking draining, yo. But this right here, I'm looking into this, kind of liking this. I was like, this might be something different. I might get a lavalier. People like when I have Ray on the show. I'm trying to get other people on the show. I'm trying to do phone calls. I feel like everybody's more accessible like around this time when I'm just doing this in the car and just driving, as opposed to me going home, setting up, and then I'm recording around 12 o'clock. Nobody's gonna pick up the phone after 12. So I'm trying to have fun with this. And then, yeah. So they were mad that I was taking a break, but I'm like, it's not really a break because even right now, we're in February. February. Right now we're in Feb. And this week, this month, I'm booked every weekend, which is gonna make it hard for me to record, which is gonna make it hard for me to edit. So I might as well give you this. And clearly these aren't being less. Vlogs are supposed to be 12 minutes. I'm giving you over an hour the majority of the time. So I hope you guys like it. I will eventually get back to like recording again and podcasting because I spent money on that shit. So I got to use it. And yeah. Chemistry, putting shit out, consistency. That's what people say I don't have. I don't have consistency. And I get it. I don't have consistency. But eventually I'll get it together. Hopefully I get it together. And like as I mentioned before, if this brings in money, it brings in money. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I have merch to still move. That's the way I'm making money off of this. Me selling merch is what got me this camera. Like I had a plan for everything. Like me selling those hats, the first order gone, second order still kind of there, but I could get rid of it. But they bought these two cameras. I bought GoPros to do this whole conversation piece for me to be outside. So I have something in the works. I just don't know what it is. I still don't know what this is gonna turn into, what it's gonna be. And yeah, man, I'm just thankful for everybody that watches this, listens to this, and even gives me a chance. And I don't want nobody to think that I'm like taking shots at nobody or things like that. I don't want anybody to think I'm like taking shots at anybody or like that, because I wasn't. It's just me pointing out obvious shit. And anybody does feel a way, they can reach out to me. If they even watch this or whoever pinpoints them to whatever. They can always reach out to me. Everything's always ever just a conversation. So I'll be back. Alright, so I hate people. Hate the strong word. I dislike people that buy these cars that look like cop cars, and they know it looks like cop cars, and they want to be in the left lane like they're scanning for fucking speeders, when they're just really being assholes. That annoys the fuck out of me. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to vlog later today, because I'm trying to get something in. What I wanted to do, Dove, y'all better count you the goddamn days. I bought some deodorant. I bought some deodorant the other day, right? And that shit said 48-hour protection. And I'm like, all right. No, I can't use antiperspirants. Antiperspirants weren't, like, they fuck up my skin. Like, they irritate me to do all that shit. So I use regular deodorant and Dove. And Dove does good. They stay pretty long. But I decided to be adventurous and yeah, like the all natural Dove shit. That shit was a dub, son. I put it on yesterday for the first time. Fucking woke up today. I'm like, yo, who the fuck has a whole sack of fucking onions in my bed? Like, that shit did not hold up. That's false advertisement, Dove. You can't be doing that. Like, what if I had a lady over? And it's like, she's like, yep. The fuck is wrong with this guy? And he's like, he has terrible BO. And also, the ladies might have noticed this, for the ones that take care of themselves. us big fellas, I have a whole thing about like smelling. Like I don't want to smell. Like we already have like the oversized image. That means we don't take it comes off like we don't take care of ourselves, groom ourselves, or any of that shit. And you guys see me? You guys see me right now? See how high my voice got? I'm a whole fucking snack today, yo. I'm a fucking snack every day. That's why I'm diabetic. But like I can't be looking like this and smelling like a fucking bag of fucking peeled fucking onions. That's terrible. So sir, like you should just relax there, buddy. Yeah. It's false advertisement, dumb. You guys can be doing that. And I have that fat guy conscience. One of my biggest fat guy consciences is I don't want to smell like food. Like I never, like you ever like been in a place like, oh, what smells like food? And it's like the fat guy does. The fat guy smells like food. Like that's when I'm like one of my annoyances. I gotta figure out what that's called. That has to be like, there's a name for everything, so that has to be something, right? Like there's a name for this. People that get irritated with that noise, that's a fucking brain disorder. So there has to be something for that too, because I'm not the first person that said that before. It was like, yo, I don't like smelling like the food I just ate, which is pretty fucking funny. So yeah, what the fuck was it? I was in an elevator once, right? This is where this comes from. I was in an elevator once, and I think I just bought some wings. It's like, who smells like food? And I'm like, everybody like looked at me. I'm like, fuck y'all. Calm down, Jesus. I know you made me perfect in your image. I get it. You guys weren't that tall back in the day. You guys capped out at my height. All right, Jeep. We could go now, Jeep. Yeah, that's like a phobia of mine. I don't like smelling like food. I don't like, who smells like that? The fat guy does. And it's like, motherfucker, I paid to smell like this. But any weird phobias you guys got? Like something that's like, all right, that's a little weird. Let me know in the comment section below before I take my ass to work. I'm gonna try to do a PTL today too. I'm gonna see if I can get to it. I think Ray might be back today. Let's see if she wants to take a ride. And I got ask her a question. So she asked me a question about that whole air and butt cheeks thing, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I'll be back. Hey yo! I did an outfit change. So, Trumpers. Grandma, you wildin', Grandma? Grandma just jumped in front of me. She didn't give a shit. Just because your life's almost over doesn't mean you gotta do it to me. So, back to where I was. So, are you turning? Mad last minute, son. Mad last minute. It's another old person. So, my bad, I keep getting distracted. Why is it every time, like, I don't care that if you voted for Trump or if you wanted Trump, I get it. As I stated before in this show, I voted for Biden thinking shit would change. Clearly I was fucking wrong. But Trump people are like something wild. Not all of you. Some of you are cool. But some of y'all make no fucking sense. Like at all. Like you can't be pro this, pro that, pro this, pro that. Protect my Second Amendment, you know, shop American, do this shit. So I'm looking at this guy, and he looked off. I was like, I can't assume what he is, whatever he is, but I can take a guess. My son had on a bright orange shirt and some camouflage pants. I was like, I've seen that attire somewhere. So we're like, he's looking at me, we're looking at each other. I was like, all right, whatever, man. Ain't no issue. But then I see him get in his car and he has all these bumper stickers. Bumper stickers say a lot about you. Bumper stickers be giving out a lot of information that you guys don't fucking pay attention. This comedian made a joke the other day. He was like, yeah, you can't cut me off and then have a bumper sticker on your car that says, my child is an honor student at such and such school. Because now we know where to fucking go. So, bumper stickers. Like my family, and it's like a bunch of AR-15s and handguns, and I think grandpa was a shotgun or some shit. I was like, that's cute. And they was like, fuck Joe Biden. Agree. What else? What else was there? All right, guys, we're doing way too much. Then it was like, keep jobs in America, keep illegals out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, you lost me. And you lost your own argument by that standard as well. Because we're in fucking Chipotle, my nigga. There's nothing but my people back there that you're trying to keep out. They're probably not even here legally. Because some places like Chipotle and other companies do hire immigrants. Now, before I get into semantics over that shit, which I don't want to, but it was like, okay, it was that, and it was like, all right. The other thing that got me was like, let American keep American jobs. Great. You know, it'd be great, sir, if you weren't driving a Mitsubishi fucking Outlander. Because the Trump people that I know, they have American cars. They support what they talk. They back up what they talk. So it's like, sir, like, what are you doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? Now, my immigration policy is a little, I would say I'm on the fence about that, all right? Because this fucking country was founded by immigration and shit like that, right? Then we come down to like, who should we spend our money on? I believe in Americans. We should spend our money on Americans. 100% believe in that. Before we help out the immigration problem, guess what? We should help out the homeless problem. Before we send money to the fucking Ukraine, we should help out what's going on here first. Like Chris Rock said, some days I'm liberal, oh, that's pretty. Some days I'm liberal, some days I'm a Democratic, some days I'm a Republican, and that makes fucking sense. But I'm like, yo, you have like 2 strikes against you. And I'm pretty sure if we talk somewhere, I would have found out there was like no military experience there either. Like he's just capping on that too. But yeah, every time like I meet people like that, they'll be like, do this, do that. But it's like complete ass backwards of what they're doing. Like they're talking the talk, but they're not walking it. Like the Trump people that I know that support Trump, fuck with Trump, guess what? They buy American, they do American. Like they buy American, they put money back into the economy, they help out Americans and shit like that. Great. I fucks with that. But then it's like, this guy is driving a Mitsubishi. I'm like, you didn't clearly buy American. And then this is the part where I'm gonna get shit from. Trumpers are like so pro-America, America this, America that, America this, America that. Great. Come to vaccines? Don't take my guns away. Don't trade those shots for these shots. It's fucking funny. And it was like, wouldn't that be American? Even though questioning shit and going against regime is how we're founded, which I get that shit as well. But sometimes, I'm like, yeah, fuck America. I love America. Die for America. America, America, America. Vaccine? Fuck no. I'm not that American. So it's always been like a funny conversation. But seeing this guy today, I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you look confused as shit. You look confused as soon as you woke up with those thick ass glasses and you got, how your legs invisible but your torso isn't? Got a bright orange shirt with fucking camouflage pants. Fucking hate it here sometimes. And before you guys go like, oh, you sound like such a liberal, I'm really not, but whatever. I had to get that off my chest. It was just too funny to see some shit like that. And then they just turn back and it's like dumb shit. Alright. Last one out today. And mail fraud. I'm the only one that be doing shit like this here. The only one to be dressing like this here. The only one to be coming in when they want. It's because I work hard, baby. Time to go out into the world. Tomorrow I'm off, so let's see what adventure I'm gonna go into. I'll be back. Hello. Yeah, this guy's about to catch for the second time in my car. And I already just done took a shower and shit like that. On my way to Best Buy to go pick up a microphone for this camera. Because remember I mentioned before in the last episode that I wanted to oh, that's a fire book bag. I like that. No, don't buy it. That I was gonna go try out a camera, right? To see how the sound quality does. Cause I was watching a video today and the original microphone I was gonna buy would have been too big for this. So I found another microphone and I saw what the difference was between this one and between the shotgun mic that I have and another shotgun mic that I'm gonna buy, and like it's like completely fucking different. So it's pretty fucking cool. So let's see how that's gonna go. And from there, I'm gonna pick up like some of my hats from Alex, and because I gotta start moving these hats, like at least the rest of it, so I can move like to the sweaters, because the sweaters is the next drop. Speaking of sweaters, I don't know if you can see this sweater, but it's cool. See, it's like it's a sweater with a hood attached to it. So this is regular. This is like a crew neck sweater, and they like sewed on this hood, so it's not really fully connected. And like this is part of like the Black History Month collection. So it's Gap, and they have the Black Panther, of course. For whatever reason, this reminds me of the Brooklyn Nets. And then we got the Jordans, aka the Black Panther villains, because this is what his feet were like. And then there's, for some reason, supporting Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I think that's a Jumpman. But yeah, that's my mission for today. And then I'm gonna try to head over to Flushing, and from Flushing, I'm gonna try to sneak into some places with these cameras. But it's gonna be difficult with that microphone, because now the microphone is gonna bring a lot of attention. So let's see. My audio should sound crispier. I gotta show you what this oh man, pulling out a camera was a pain in the ass before, but the way this thing looks, it's a mess. Can you guys see it? I want you guys to see it. Like, I got this big furry thing on it. Looking at the wrong fucking camera. So this is gonna be better. I want to do a test trial, but I don't know which camera to use this on. I think this is gonna get me pulled over more with this big furry thing right in front of me. This is like, all right, now this shit is like really blocking my sight. But on my way to the next adventure. I'll be back. So I mentioned I wanted to do another part-time lover question, and I'm not gonna have Siri read the whole email because it was a lot. And as I mentioned before, I feel like I'm on the same boat too, sir. So he has come to the conclusion that love is not for him. I get it. I understand that. I'm not getting choked up, just I'm trying to. So he's come to the conclusion that love is not for him because every girl he's been with has left him. And my genuine answer was like, well, why are they leaving you? What did they say to you? Because girls will tell you if you ask them, like, yo, where did I mess up? Unless she goes, it's not you. When girls go, it's not you, it's me, it's really you. But you can ask them after enough asking. God. After enough fucking hounding, you can be like, yo, they'll tell you, like, all right, this is why. And then it's really up to you to work on yourself, fix yourself. I said this before. I've told girls this. They don't like the answer, but it's a real answer. Sometimes, I feel like I'm screaming, and I got this new mic, so I know this new mic's supposed to be really good. Sometimes you'll get with a guy and better him, fix his trauma and all this thing, but sometimes you're just there. Come on, blood, you gotta relax, son. Sometimes you're really there to fix somebody that for somebody else. They might not be meant for you. That's what it really comes down to. Like, and that's when you get that feeling, yo, sometimes you feel love isn't for you. And then you break up with them and you still fucking love them. And you don't want to, but once you like connect with somebody, that's what it really is. You don't want to love them, but your fucking dumbass heart, your dumbass brain's just gonna let you keep loving them, and you just gotta hope that you're with somebody that doesn't take advantage of that shit. Because there's people in the world that take advantage of that shit, and they'll run wild with that idea that you won't ever see them as the bad person, and they'll take full advantage, and that's what you kind of have to avoid doing, because it's a cold world. People will do that shit. And this goes for guys and girls. I'm not just saying it's one specific genders. Because I've told you, there's been times like on the show where this girl was like, yeah, man, this guy really is like, I'll go to work all day and he just stays at home and he takes my car and he uses my own car to cheat on me. Yeah, and you allow it. You know what he's doing, and you still allow it. And that's because you're stupid. And you don't want to be stupid. It's just your fucking brain is telling you one thing. Your brain is lying to you, convincing you that that person is going to change. And sadly, they're not going to change. Why would you? Like, you really got to think about it. Like, why would you change? If you could have, what's that saying? You want your dinner and your dessert? Some shit along those lines. If you can have both things, why wouldn't you go for both things? That's basically what I'm trying to get to. And a lot of people will take advantage of that. Now, there's good people in the world. You just got to run into them. You have to, be lucky enough to run into somebody that's genuinely going to give a shit about you and not take advantage of you. And eventually you will get into arguments, bickerments, and all that shit. But that comes with the territory. But you feel like you're a fucking doormat. I get it. But you can't let that, get the best of you. Oh, here, listen to Ciara and shit. You can't let that get the best of you. You gotta keep fucking going. You gotta keep doing what you gotta do. You gotta push forward. That's all I can think of. Maybe you might meet somebody, maybe you might not. God damn it! I missed my exit. Not as in the exit, but as in like my shortcut. All right. Clearly, my playlist wants me to be sad. But yeah, man, I get that feeling. Like, yo, you just feel like you're always gonna love this person. This person can't do no wrong, and they're probably doing you mad fucking dirty. But your mind's playing tricks on you, and that's what we really have to like condition ourselves to break out of. So yeah, that's like mad. I know it's easier said than done. I fucking get it, because like there's people that I know if they come back into my life, they're gonna fucking walk all over me and shit like that. And it's up to me. I can't blame nobody on that. I can't even blame them, because I'm allowing that shit to happen. And in your case, it would be you allowing certain shit to happen if you allow that to happen. But I feel like you're just stuck on just kind of late there. Kind of late there, bitch. It's really up to you to like put distance between yourselves. I was also talking to my homegirl yesterday, and it was a similar situation that I used to be in, where I was fucking corny, yo. Your Facebook will let you know you're corny, son. Like super corny, like extra corn. Fucking elote with all the fucking sauce and cheese and all that shit. Cheese sounds disgusting right now. Yeah, man. And yeah, man. She was talking about like, oh, her friend likes her sister. She knows it. She knows the nigga's a pushover, and she keeps leading him on. I was like, she keeps leading him on and shit, but she wants nothing to do with it, with him. And so I think she finally came to the realization, like, all right, how did you crash looking at this nigga? You fucking idiot. My bad, I'm fucking up PTR right now. But that's what it really came down to, like, all right. So I was talking to my homegirl. She said she has a friend that's in love with her sister. She doesn't give him a chance. She's fucking talking to everybody else but him. And I was like, holy shit. Deja vu. I've been there before. I know exactly what that's like, where I wanted somebody and they didn't want nothing to do with me. And I'm still like, well, maybe one day. Nah, they don't want nothing to do with you. Like, you were never seen as a viable option. Like, they didn't see you in any form of way like that. If anything, you come off a little creepy. And shit, is this two PTL questions in one? So she asked me like, yo, I think she basically said like, yo, it's not gonna happen, but I think we should still be friends. And I said, nah, that's stupid. That's still putting hope in somebody's heart that they maybe one day something can happen. Nah, fam. I told her to tell her like, nah, completely dead shit, block him, don't talk to him no more, because that makes fucking sense. Because I could tell you right now, speaking from experience, looking at those Facebook posts, I look like a fucking creep, yo. I look like I had I look like I had an issue, and I had an actual family member try to like talk to me about that shit, and I wasn't listening because I'm young and stupid. But seeing it as an adult, I'm like, nah, he was absolutely. I owe that man a fucking like, yo, you was right. My bad, you were right. I look goofy out here in these streets, and yeah, man. Sometimes you fucking fall in love with people, and it's not like it's not like they don't fucking love you or some shit back. They just don't like you in that fucking way that you would like them to, and that's not really their fault. That's really up on you, bruh. Like, I would suggest you come through with the idea, because the world isn't yours. The world is mine, to be honest. But the world isn't yours. Like, shit isn't always going to align. Like, shit isn't always going to go your way, and that's one of those things, man. Like, Like the person that I like, I would have loved to have been with them. I'm like, bitch, I'll give you the fucking world. Like, give me the chance. Let me do that. But that wasn't the case. So it was whatever. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit with you. That took me a while too to fucking finally come to the conclusion. Like, all right, they will never see me in that light. They will never want to be with me in that light or whatever. No matter whatever bullshit they tell you, because they'll tell you it. Like if you ask them, that girl will be like, oh, I really like you, but and it's like, all right. And guys don't walk away from that. I don't know if girls have that issue. I can't speak on that point. But guys don't take away from that. They won't ever be like, yo, all right, she just kind of told me like it's not gonna happen. They take it as, so there's a chance, right? And it's like, nah, there's not a chance. You're just being extra. You're being weird. You're in your emotions. You're not thinking shit out properly. And to that person, to be honest, I took time away from them. I took a lot of time away from them. And it was like, all right, like I weighed shit out of my mind. And to be honest, if I'm being really honest, I think I had to like sort myself to be like, all right, so I think I'm a shitty friend. Or how could I call myself a friend if I have intentions to be with somebody? That's mad fake. So when I took my hiatus away from that person, I really like put it in my mind. I was like, all right, yo, like that's a dub. Everything's a dub. We're not doing it anymore. I'm gonna go look for something else. Because as I mentioned before, girls have like an emergency dick clause, and like they think they'll be like stringing certain dudes along and shit like that, and that's cool. But that day may never come, and you're just on the fucking side like a moron, and that's not healthy. And girls that do know these guys that they hold like that, y'all ain't shit. But yeah, so it's like you're gonna have to like work yourself out of this. And to be honest, and just speaking from complete honesty, I wouldn't go with her no more. Cause I really put everything into place, put things into perspective. And what I said before, I was like, you weren't chosen for a reason. They knew that you liked them and they still said no. They overlooked you for other people, right? So it's like, all right, now that they finally notice you, I feel like it's too late. Like, why would you do that to yourself, right? And that's really the conclusion for this. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you, like, all right, we could finally be together. Nah, son, like, they already like did shit. Like they already experienced shit while you were like letting life pass you by. And they knew that you were letting life pass you by. And that shouldn't be on them. But guess what? When they come looking for you, you don't have to be like, all right, let's finally make this shit happen. I think that's a dub. It's kind of like this conversation we were having. Damn, I'm supposed to end this shit. We're at 14 minutes. All right. So it's kind of like this conversation that we were having on my fucking PlayStation chat, right? And the shit was, it was a PTL question, right? So the PTL question was, yo, 3 PTL questions in one. Look at that. God damn. So it was like, what the fuck was it? All right. So dude was like, yo, me and my girl took time apart. And I didn't see nobody because I love her too much. But for whatever reason, she wanted to take time apart, I guess, to really figure out if I was the one dude for her. And son heard what she did. Shorty got yammed out. She got gangbanged, son. She jumped in. And then while we were talking, she came back after she got fucking used up. I feel like I'm kind of saying that for the other subject. After she got used up, she was like, you know what? I see you for what you are in the knight in shining armor, and I don't want nobody else. I want you. And my boy answered, you know what it is? girls go down that road sometimes, guys too, where they feel like, all right, I want to see what this is like. They'll think they'll be loved by that person that they really have a crush on, and like this is cool and shit like that. And then they notice that they were used, and all those feelings that she had for that person aren't there. But she knows, guess what? This person still has feelings for me, and this person loves me, and he accepts me for who I am, and blah 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 blah. And she tried to like come back, and by that time it's like, nah, I'm good. We're good. I'm fine. So I guess while they were, what was it? They were apart for like 3 months. She got yammed out in 3 months. And out of the 3 months, some girl was like talking to him, right? And I think he ended up liking this girl too, but he never moved on her because he still had this girl. Some girls will still say that's cheating because some girls will still say that's cheating because you were entertaining, but it was a hiatus. You guys were on break. Now, he shouldn't count her getting yammed out like that, but what he should count is that it took her getting yammed out like that for her to be like, all right, now it's like, perfect line, push. Now it's like you really had to get ran through to figure out like, all right, maybe this is not what I wanted. This is what I thought I wanted, but this isn't what I wanted. And it's like, all right, now he doesn't want her and she wants him. And I'm like, guess what? One did way more than the other person did. And that's the game changer right there. That one person did way more than the other person did. And it was just, damn, all that shit really tied in together. God damn, I should have recorded this for the podcast, not the vlog. But yeah, that's the crazy shit right there. Is that basically what I guess the moral of the story for fucking PTO is that people don't be knowing what they be having, or they do and they don't care. They think they can have their cake. They can have their cake and eat it too. That's what it was. They can have their cake and eat it too. Yeah. And that's all it ever really is that people think that they could get away with certain shit. And it's like, some people get away with it, not everybody. Some people think they're gonna get that fairy tale wedding, that happily ever after shit. And sometimes you don't. Sometimes people die alone. People forget that. Born alone, die alone. You come into this world alone. Does your mom count? I think, oh wait, that's a wild, hold up. Born alone, die alone. But technically you're not born alone because your mom is there. The nurses is there. The doctor's there. The anesthesiologist is there. A lot of people are there. That's such a bullshit phrase. So, damn, my nigga. Yeah, son, work on yourself. I know. That's why I didn't want to talk on this subject because somebody's going to think I'm talking about them. Somebody's going to think they assume they know who I'm talking about. That's why I want to talk on that subject, but that's a subject like I can actually relate to. And you just got to separate your emotions and really think through shit and work shit out. Because you might be blocking yourself because you're busy and fucking moping over this person from meeting the person you should actually meet or meeting the right person. Like, that's one of the main things. I think I made that mistake where I was so gassed up on one girl. I was like, yeah, I just want to be with her. I don't know. I don't know what she wants. I don't know. I don't get what I can do. I don't know how to get her attention. She's talking to me, but blah, 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 blah. And like, I don't know. It was just a bunch of I don't knows, son. And it's like, one day just, all right, fuck it. We're not doing this shit no more. I'm not having another bad fucking day over because somebody doesn't see me the way I want them to while they're still having a great day, while they're still having a good time. They don't know what the fuck I'm going through, but that's just because I'm being stupid and I'm not thinking shit out. I'm not thinking shit through. I'm just being mopey. And yeah. And guys, seriously, for everybody watching, Ray is not my girl. She watches this. Yeah. All right. That's how I'm ending PTO. All right, later. Yo. So, got some merch from Share My Air, or is it Share My O2? I think it's Share My Air. But homie I went to school with, dropped some clothes, check them out, and I'm gonna unbox what he sent me. I needed more. You know, I think this is why, like, I like doing meetups, because I don't like unboxing things. But anything support the homies. Kobe. Ooh. And the bag sealed. Thank you card. We are O2 Garments Clothing. Truly appreciate your business. We are so grateful for the trust you placed in us. This is nice. This thank you card is dope. I like that. Let me show you what I got. I like this. Oh, that's dope. See, when I drop my clothing line and I start selling my merch, can y'all see that? That's fire. That's fire. I like that. Ooh, I like that. It's like a puffed out design. I like that a lot. So, make sure y'all check him out. He has shirts, sweaters, hoodies, and I think like a whole fit, if I'm correct. I'll be wearing this soon. And I'm gonna definitely take some fire pictures with those. Peace. Yep. I had to take the other microphone off for this one because it interfered with the charging portion. So I didn't feel like putting it on today. Well, this morning because I'm on my way to work. A bit upset, a tad upset. Look at that, I'm talking about being upset. There's a whole funeral service going about. Yeah, the universe loves talking to me, son. Like, the universe loves talking to me. That's just like them letting me know, like, life is too short. Why am I wasting my time being upset? So yesterday was like a networking day, as they would say. Y'all wildin', so I'm mad extra. It was a networking day. I wanted to go meet people, pick up merch, do deals with merch, shit like that. I got a haircut. Shout out to my cousin Steve. And U.S. Oh, I'm like, this is Border Patrol. This is paratrooper, which is still weird to see. I was like, there's no borders around here. Oh, this nigga's gonna do some dumb shit. So Come on. Let's go. Yeah, yesterday was a networking day. Bro, what the fuck are we doing today? Like, I'm not even like a minute into the fucking parkway and they're wilding out like this. Yo, Buzz. Nigga, you almost made me crash my shit. That fucking meme you sent. Look at the police. Yesterday was a networking day. I got to meet people. And like, I'm really trying to do good for the pod. So like, hopefully all this waiting on the pod will bring some good out of it. But I was supposed to like do something with my hats that didn't get to fucking happen. Then I went to go see this kid. A lot of people that reach out to me I went to school with. And I'm like, yo, like, we're adults. Like we all got jobs, motherfuckers got kids, motherfuckers got bills. Like, but I'm not stupid. Now, this kid was like, all right, let's go do business. I haven't seen you in man long. All right, bet. I went to 7 high schools, yo, so I know mad people. So I'm like, all right, let's meet at this designated area and we're good. We can go talk business, we can conduct business, and move forward for our lives. Meeting approaches. I'm also trying to. I got shit on footage, but I ain't Takashi. But like, an altercation happened, and the kid thought I was playing, and I said like, "Yo, me and you." I was like, "You chill with people that don't like me," and he was like, nah, that was like back in the day. I was like, you're putting people functionality on a really high bar when it's really not. People are fucking stupid sometimes, they're petty, they hold on to shit. Great. So, I get there, and he's like, oh no, I had to change the venue, come here. I'm like, all right, who's there? A couple of people from what's good? I'm like, nah. He's like, nah, it ain't even like that. Sure? Yeah, it's not like that. Fucking pull up and it's like that. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. I'm like, I'm here trying to do business with you, and you out here playing these games. And I'm like, they're holding on to something that happened maybe 10, 12, 13 years ago. I'm like, bro, I don't even be around no more. I don't do nothing no more. Like, so I'm like, what's all this hostility? so I'm really debating if I should put that shit up, but that whole fucking venture that would have worked great, that's a dub. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you what it is. I'm not bullshitting with you. Like why would you play yourself like that? I'm like, yeah, we could have did bad business together. I'm like, that's your ego. That's you thinking you're bigger than what you are, and that who you are has a role in everybody else's life and shit like that. So I'm like, at the end of the day, when it comes to issues and problems, nobody gives a fuck who you are. All right, you really have to be like the Godfather of Harlem to think you have control over people like that. Like, people have to be afraid of you, and afraid that if they do something, there's going to be repercussions. That wasn't the story for this man. So I'm like, all right, I'm leaving. I was like, Cameron, have a good day, gentlemen. I'm going to hop in my pink SUV and get the fuck out of here. But yeah, it was just funny. I don't know why people don't heed warnings. I'm like, yo, this is what it is. I'm like, I'm not saying I was a scumbag growing up, but things occurred while I was growing up, and people were victims of shit. I was a victim a couple of times, like, and I get it, because there's one person I would love to fucking catch, and don't let me catch that person, and it's the same shit. But if I'm telling you, like, yo, this isn't what you think it is, I'm like, there's real underlying shit, and the fact that they didn't tell you that there was real underlying shit, and they told you, yeah, cool, bring him over. Sir, if I didn't think you were the brightest, like, I would have thought you were setting me up. So I'm like, okay, that's a dub. So yesterday's like, the only positive that came out of yesterday was that I got a microphone for this that I'm not even using right now. But yeah, I guess it's a positive because it lets you know that, like, all right, we can't do business, so I'm gonna disassociate, and it's like, that's just what it is. We mentioned it on the pod before, like, it was that episode with C's fucking idiot, yeah. He said, yeah, if I see my man get jumped, I'm gonna let him get jumped, and then I'm gonna be like, yo, I ain't help you because of whatever, but if you wanna fight, yo, that's gonna came off ass, son. But yeah, life is crazy, son. Shit just fell through. Today's a new day. Let's see what I can get out of this day. I'm still gonna mull over if I even want to talk about. No, not talk. Show the footage. And that might be a Patreon episode. Cause you know me, I come through with my cameras out now. I need this content for the fucking vlog. And I'm over here thinking like, all right, we're gonna link. Yeah, I'm here with such and such. This is their product. We're doing a collab. Like I guess my blood pressure's going up. I fucking watching some of the show. And it was like, oh, you know, like regular business shit. I've done it before. I did it with Rocket Life. I just did a video for Share My Air. And I'm like, with Caesar shit. Everybody. I show love to everybody, son. El Mundo Escudo. What the Funk. And I'm like, I always do shit like that. So it's like, here goes another venture that we could have just, hey, what's up? Let me just plug you on my show, introduce you to my people, and then you introduce me to your people, and then we work that way. And like, there's people that reached out, and I'm like, no, I can't. Like, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to work with you. It's not you. It's just you're. A lot of people in your circle don't like me. And that was a situation where I was trying to be like, all right, with this one, and I'm like, a lot of people in your circle don't like me. So I'm like, I don't know. So I took a shot, and that's what I get. But you miss all the shots you don't take. But yeah, today's a different day. Let's see what I can get today. I'm working late today. Maybe I can get something with one of the girls. And I'm working tomorrow. That's gonna be another fucking long ass day. So I don't know how I'm gonna end this pod yet. Or I might extend it another day to end it. And because I was trying to go to Main Street, that didn't get to happen either. Oh my God, I hate people, son. I just hate people. Like, I don't like people. This is why I stay to myself. If you niggas don't, fuck off, son. Why is niggas in the left and they can't fucking drive? Look at this old fuck about to hit me. I swear to God. I'm gonna turn this fucking camera off. You guys are seeing me get upset. And that's not the point of this vlog. Girl. What are you looking for? You smell something. I mean, they could have like put bodies down there. We would have never knew because catch you in the flippity flop warehouse. Roxy, hey. Shoot it. Could have went varsity. Oh my God. What is she doing?
Are you looking for that squirrel?
Those are Magic's bodies. Yeah, a random piece of grass growing. On my camera, you weirdo. We don't promote that on the show. We're out here at Main Street.
Okay.
He has his 80s coat on. Here's some random mall. Where are we going to now? What do you mean how to get out of here? What do you mean, we're trapped? Trapped. We're trapped. Niggas, we're trapped.
I think this girl's lost.
She said she's familiar with this area and clearly she's lost.
Never been second to none.
I gotta park my car here. It's a cool. It's like a mall. Jessica, what the hell? Tour guide sucks.
Okay. Go straight.
I know Liam does like great instructions. I'm still a way into the mall. It's the exit. That's what I'm saying. Only Jessica. Game Universe. This is it? This looks like the place that Julio goes to for his thing.
It's not the club place. The basement talking about, Jess?
Hey guys. Can I just buy the stuff here instead of winning it?
Get some. And look right here.
Oh, that's it. We're getting pictures there. Liam's already been here?
Yeah.
Why isn't Liam doing his own vlog?
You should be.
Is this a wall of winners?
That was nice. I think Blue should win this one. Yes.
Oh, they got Snorlax. What
Are you
happened?
playing?
Yeah, I'm gonna play.
Just refill it. Girl.
Oh, they got Gengar.
Oh man. That's right. This is my
I
child.
want to try the cartoon. Hiding. More.
Oh, yeah.
More hiding and more
Boy.
focus.
Where's those?
Move.
What's your favorite song?
Oh my god, draw me!
Am I there, Jess? Am I there?
Yeah.
A little bit up.
Let's play.
Huh?
No, let's play out of
Yeah, go.
Tell me when to double click.
Now. You lose. That's the double click.
You just click it one more time.
What's about this? Draw me, don't play.
Okay, you want to try?
Sure. To double click?
Yeah.
When you get a hold of it, you click it one more time.
For me?
Oh, you suck.
Oh, true.
I can see the anger in your face.
I do.
You're supposed to best to grab it from the head?
Try to aim for right in the center of it, or you can go for either the head or the body. The whole thing is grabbable.
Does anyone get your fix in that wall? You know?
Is it the head?
The head or the bottom of the wall.
Oh, I didn't double click on time. I really came here to win these, but they were my brother was supposed to come here because he'll judge me. Look at these biddies.
Hey, so I have any questions about our policy. What if it's later? So what if someone still calls his mom for everything?
At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Hey, Mom.
Who?
Like your neighbor, State Farm is there. Call her to get a vote today.
It's cheating. And I would have bought a Squirtle Squad, but they have regular Squirtle. Such an old man.
More? Huh?
Yeah, your sister has a gambling addiction. Look at her, she's back.
You want to try?
How many eggs you want to try?
Okay. You done with your friend?
Yeah, I'm poor. I already done. I already spent my money.
Aim for the net.
Okay.
Alright.
You have the card. I just gave it to you.
Sorry, I thought that was my card.
Yeah, just one.
I told you I was refilling it.
You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck.
Go ahead, try it. Give me my snacks.
I don't want this to be stained. Is that even? I can't tell.
A little bit more back. Just a little bit back.
That's forward. I got 45 seconds. She might add those sound effects later.
You have double tap.
God damn it, you're right.
Dude.
I didn't double tap. I'm so fucking mad. Yeah, this one looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I double tapped.
No.
I double tapped.
No.
Grab this. Why do you taunt me?
I'm gonna try a different approach.
Ooh, good job.
Nice. Good job, Jess. Why do you look so nervous?
The moment I'm about to give up is the day I get to right.
Happy with yourself? Feel accomplished?
No.
You gonna try for Gengar?
Yeah, let's try Gengar.
That's the face I wanted. And another mall. Side dude. They got a mochi donut. It worked. Last time I should have made a mess.
Can't wear the same thing over and over again. It gets boring.
Damn. Who's your brother? There we go. You have my keys at the back of my book bag? I'm sucking and I'm sucking and then I'm choking on black bars. Yeah, I don't like boba. We're in Sunnyside, waiting for our tacos. Kalima Tacos, Kalima Barrias. Disappointment in Queens. I'm gonna have to go to the Bronx one. But we found books. $3. Giving back to the community. The Art of War. Actually a good book.
I got the Twilight series.
Feels dope. Really nice. I think I'm gonna end this here. See where my light is. Alright guys, thank you for watching another episode. Tune back in for more. Peace.